Hi there guys, this is Saints929 and I'm bringing you the first in a revamped new series of tutorials with the Dust 514 Uprising build. The visual aspect and some of the technical aspects of the game have slightly changed, and so we're going to bring you a new set of them in order to match with this. So first of all, you can see there's a new character selection screen. Now for new players, you're going to choose your character. You can choose to be Caldari, Amar, Delente or Minmatar. Now as you can see, I've already chosen my characters, so I won't be going through the specifics of actually choosing your character. That's completely up to you and subjective. Once you get into game, you can change the way you play anyhow. You can choose to go down an Amar route, although you start off as a Caldari, and vice versa. Now first thing you see here is you see your race, Caldari, Amar, Caldari, or you see the corporation you're part of, which is 7 for me. And this is the corporation that I'm currently doing the videos for. This also shows your ISK underneath, so this is total amount of ISK that you've got left at the moment. As you can see, I've got 40 million on my main and then a couple of million on each of my alts as such. Next you see your Aurum. As you can see, I've got a very minimum Aurum at the moment. However, if you had far more, it would show up. Next is your total number of skill points. Now these are the number of skill points that you've managed to achieve through game or passively. Going on to passively, you can see that I have passive skill points activated on my main character at the moment. However, I can activate my passive on my second character. And as you will see at the very bottom of my alt character here, you can see the active on passive. Now I'm going to switch this back, and it's easy as that. Next things next, you can also see that you can terminate players. As you can see here, if you want to get rid of a player, you go down to terminate. You choose to confirm. Now this will give you 10 hours in order to decide whether or not you actually want to terminate. After that 10 hours is up, that character will be gone. After that you will be able to create a new character. However, between now and then I can choose to stop it, so I'm going to abort that for now. And then I still have that character. And we're going to go jump straight into the game. First things first, you'll see that there's new loading screens. Now this tutorial today is going to be very much motivated towards the guys that are new to the game. However, it may help out some of you guys who have been playing for a while, or it may be able to direct you guys that are already in corporations to help out your very new members. Right then, first things first, you'll see that now in this new build you'll be able to see where you are in the New Eden universe. So you can see I'm inside Kanin. It's a high sec sector, as you can see. I can see which moon, I can see specifically where I am. Next for you new players, this is called your Merc Quarters. Now, your Merc Quarters, you're going to spend a lot of time in here looking through fittings, looking through skills, and basically buying better drop suits to enable you to fight better in battle. Now, first things first, in every Merc Quarter, no matter which race you are, these modules pretty much look the same and stay the same. So long as you know what they look like, you'll be able to find them if you want to walk around. Now first things first, this is the battle finder. You'll be able to find battles on here, whether it be ambush, skirmish, domination, ambush, OMS. This little thing on the table here is your skill sheet. That's going to be instrumental to your gameplay. This is your marketplace, this big panel at the back. Your vehicle fittings, this little hologram of a tank. Your leaderboards is this little board here, and then right in the corner over here in my Caldari Merc Quarters is my dropsuit fitting section here. Now if I want to access any of this, I can simply press L1 and this brings up my Neocom. Now as you can see here, there are slightly more options available to me. So under Battle Finder I've got the new star map. So as you can see here, you've got various different sections, who controls what. For example, you can see here, Gentleman's Agreement currently controls 42% of the Veil of Silent, and so on. You have Fractional Warfare, so this is between Minmatar, Caldari, things like that. They're going to be very much important to the game. And then, of course, you have Corporation. This decides where your alliance and your corporation has slightly control. So as you can see here, this is the region in which Malden Heath at the moment is open. So this is most important to corporations such as Seven and other corporations. As you can see here, Seven True Blood, Betamax, Swat French, Southern Legion, Grupo de Asalto Chacal, and Seraphim Initiative. Next things next for you new guys, this is the character sheet. As you hear, this tells you all your important information, how long you've been a member of your corporation, how many skill points you got, your lifetime war points, and so on, your KD, all those sort of things, your skill list. Now this very much looks like the old skill list in the beta. It pretty much puts everything you've got into a defined list that's easy to see. And then your augmentations, as you can see, I've got my active booster, and so on. And if you want to get a new one, you can simply press X, activate. If you haven't got one, you can purchase it through the market. Now boosters are Aurum based items, so you'll have to pay to play with them, but they will enable you to get more skill points. Next things next is your dropsuit fittings. As you can see here, you have various fittings. I'll go through fittings in a more detailed video coming up soon. You've got your marketplace. Now, first piece of advice for the marketplace is whenever you're looking through pieces of equipment, always look at triangle and have a look through each of the different bits of information that are on here. As you can see here, it tells you everything you need to know. You've got your key bits, is your PG and CPU you're looking for, your shield, your armor, and your shield recharge rate, piece of information like that. And you also want to probably know what speed you're running at. This is for drop suits in particular. However, for other things, for example, weapons, you may look at the rate of fire and other things like that. Modules, you want to know how much CPU and PG it's going to cost you, and so on. That will enable you to basically pack more of a punch for little cost. Here you've got your chat, so this brings up this little board here. I'll go through that at the end of this video. Next is your contacts. So when you join a corporation, which hopefully you guys will do, because this game is so much more fun and you're far more effective as a team player in this game. So once you join a corporation, which is instrumental to that, you'll be able to add various different players across the board who will be in your contacts list, who you'll be able to play with within the game. Next things next is your mail. So if people send you a piece of mail, you'll have it come up here. So as you can see here, I've got a piece of mail in here, got different pieces of mail. You've got your leaderboards, you can access it through the social section. You've got your corporation, so once you've joined a corporation, you can go onto my corporation. So here, for example, I'm part of 7, who currently are still recruiting. We're still looking for mature gaming players who want to play in a team environment and want to have fun at the same time. You've got your wallet, so that's your corporation. You'll only have that if you are a director. If you want to join a corporation, if you know which corporation you want to join, you're going to go on to search. Now, if you've already found people in game, you've joined up with them by joining one of the several chat channels, or you already have friends on your contact list, you can see which corporations they're in by looking at their friends. Now, eventually this will load. It's still a bit slow, unfortunately. Here we go. As you can see here, you have various players. And you can see a lot of mine are currently in Gentleman's Agreement, which is our alliance. Various different corporations here. Now you can simply press X and then you can apply to the corporation. Now, system operations, one thing you're going to know here is that if you want to be able to talk to people on mic, you want to change your options so that you've got voice to chat enabled on and push to talk off. Originally it won't start like this, so you'll have to set this, you'll have to go into your options, you'll have to put it like this. Otherwise when you try and talk and you activate your mic, it's not going to work. So make sure you've got these options if you want to speak to people, or even if you want to be able to hear them down chat, because one piece of advice is that even if you don't have a mic and you're playing in a squad, make sure you activate so you can hear what people are saying, because it could save your life or it could save you drop suits. Right then, moving on, we're going to go straight to this chat. So you can see notifications if someone sends you a piece of mail or someone joins your corporation, or if someone's sending you a squad invite, it'll all come up in that little section there. And therefore you want to keep an eye on that. Each of these little tabs, and we call them tabs, they'll flash if something's come up on them. For example, if someone speaks in 929 Gaming, for example, my YouTube thing, you'll find that it will flash and I'll be able to see that someone's talking in there, and I'll pick it up and I'll have a look and I'll try and reply it if I see it. Now, notifications, are going to be instrumental, because if people send you an invite, in order to get into the squad you've got to accept. So keep an eye on your notifications. You've got local. Now local's very much a mix of pretty much all players, so you may, once you're in a part of a corporation or part of a separate chat channel, you probably won't ever look at local. Corp, now as you can see here I've got a couple of guys on Corp. Once you join one, you'll gain this tab, and if your corporation is part of an alliance, you'll have an alliance tab also. Now then, as you can see here, I've got various different chat channels. You've got 929, and if you know the name of your chat channel, you go to the bottom here, create join, press X, and for example, I think this is a chat channel. Yep, as you can see, this is already a chat channel. So once I go into that chat channel, I'm now part of it. So long as I know the name, I put the name in there and I can join. Now if I'm going to leave this one. Now if you want to create a new channel, you've got to find a name that hasn't been used yet. So every time I put a name in, as late, it has been actually on the board. So I'm going to try something completely random. And there you go, it doesn't exist. So in order to create, I just simply press X. And there you go, I've got my own brand new chat channel that no one else has got. Again, I'm going to leave this, but because I own the chat channel, I can set a password, I can invite players, I can mute and unmute everyone, I can leave channel. I'm going to leave channel currently, but so long as I own the channel, I can set a password on it, sort of thing. As far as I thought, but apparently you can now set a password on anything. Interesting. If you want to activate your voice, which is section, you press X, and then it's activated. So you're going to press X on the tab. To make sure that it's working, you're going to look to your top right there where it says push to talk, and it should be off. It should say off, and that means that once you press X, as you can see here, little speech bubble will come up next to my name, and it'll be green, showing that I'm able to talk and people will be able to hear me. Next, if you want to create a squad, you press X on squad. As you can see here, there's new 6-man squads. If you want to invite players, you can now invite directly from chat channels. For example, here I can invite to squad, such as this. But if they're already in squad, you have that message come up. Or if they're not part of a squad, you'll simply press X and they'll be invited. Now, in their notifications, then they'll get an invite. And once they accept it, they'll be part of the squad. The 6-man squad is absolutely brilliant because you're able to get far more orbitals. You'll be able to play the game far more to the better capacity. Now, this was a very, very quick run through of everything that is in your Merc quarters, and a very, very quick run through of basics that you new guys are going to have to know. Now, I hope this has been useful. I want a big shout out to Elite Pixel Enemy. Been very, very helpful. He shouted out in my last video, and I'm very, very grateful. So a big thank you to him. And a final saying, just saying that 7 recruiting is now open. So if you're looking for a corporation that requires team play and requires people just to be tolerant and to have fun, basically, then apply for 7. We're still looking for members. We want to keep growing. We're doing well at the moment, but if you're looking for a corporation, just apply within and we will get back to you. Thank you guys, and I shall speak to you later.